Hello everybody, this is Mr. O and Ink Wash Project, and it's the final video. And what we're going to do is look to see where we need to touch things up. So I'm going to talk about what I did. I did wait till everything was dried, and I added more value within the mouth. So you might see it a little darker than what it was in the original video. And I had forgotten to do the tail. So I did do that off camera. Now, I want to talk about something because I don't really talk about this in the videos. I am going to use some white ink. It is to fix a mistake because I kind of forgot to leave a gleam in one eye. I'm going to turn it upside down so I'm not like laying my hand. As you can see, I did leave a gleam there, and you don't always have to, you can always do the gel pen. And I like the white paper if possible, if it looks natural. And as you can see, I go a little slow and just kind of build it up. And let me just put a little bit here, and I'm gonna go across here. I'm gonna make sure it's not changing the color there. Gonna get a little bit there. And the mistake I was kind of referring to is I think kids use this as correction fluid. And you rely a little too much. I'm gonna tell you, it is nifty. But you can overuse the white pen, and I made that mistake. I feel like I did that in my Frankenstein picture this year. A little too much reliance on the white pen. And so when that dries, I'm gonna go back over one more time, and it gives me a nice little touch up. Just a little bit of accent. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. I'm not gonna detail the bird or nothing with that. And I'm gonna talk about that. So, when we think about ink wash, I think sometimes people are so just stuck on the gray value, they don't realize, okay, black is part of that. So I did use the traditional Chinese ink, which is black, and this is just regular black, but I did use the ultra black on the Raven itself. So you might see a difference between the two blacks. I don't know. I think when I really put it up and study it in the light, I'll get a better idea. And then I am going to, you're gonna see this in the time lapse. I am gonna use the silver. I'm gonna put it in the beak of the Raven, and I'm gonna use the black gold or the golden black, and I'm gonna do a tooth. Okay, so even though I had references for this picture, I was actually thinking as I was working on this, it made me think about, you know, stuff that I've learned, and one of those things was Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse was an indigenous person from the Dakotas. He was Sioux, aka Lakota, and he was shot in his face by his friend. And so I kind of wanted to represent a little bit of that within his cheekbone, and then just kind of, you know, knowing a little bit of Native American history is to know, you know, you're talking about a warrior, and ravens and crows represent life after death, you know. So I kind of did a lot of takes and went with with liberty. And because we are also talking about the Dakotas, the Black Hills, the Gold Rush, which is what created a lot of the conflict, I am going to do one of the tooths. I'm not going to do all the teeth, and just paint it a little bit in gold. And then I'm going to just take a toothbrush and maybe make a splattering of the silver and black, and just to kind of see how it goes. I might stop after a little while. I want to be careful. You might see me put something just to shield. Another piece of paper, an index card size, something small. You're gonna see me switch brushes. As much as I like this brush, you might have noticed in the time lapse, I was kind of struggling with it a little bit. You do get what you paid for. This is a cheapie, and I did have some problems inking with it. So I'm gonna switch to my, this is horsehair or goat hair. It's brand new. It's just, it's a it's one I've used before and I've really liked it, and I'm just going to break it in now. I'm getting it wet because I'm getting that little soft like plastic off, and I'm going to ink with it. And when we're inking, another mistake that I have done is probably not explain well. When you're using the brush, it's just like the brush pen, you ink with it. And so don't forget, you can do a lot of line weight. You can do much with strokes, and I'm not getting a very good stroke right there. And there we go. Just start working on my strokes. And just like you, I got to break anything in, even if it's a brush I've used before. I just want to get my movement. And what I'm going to do just with the brush mostly is looking for line weight. So you'll see a little bit around the outline, and I'm going to do some detailing with the brush inside of it. The other thing I might do is some pointillism. As I said, I'm going to maybe spray some of the silver gold, but I might get back into the pen. I don't know if I'll do this on camera or it's something I'm going to wait on. Just be aware that I am thinking about lots of different things that you might like say, oh, I wonder why he didn't do this or do that, and because you have good thoughts there. So I'm just gonna put everything in time lapse. I'm gonna do the finishing touches. Guys, I hope you enjoy this project, and if I didn't really talk about it, because it's an ink wash, you don't have to do a lot with black. You could have just done variations of gray, just no different than graphite, and build up. And since I was doing a skull, it kind of lent that I need those black areas. I wanted those black areas. So have fun with it. As you can see, I did it on Bristol board. You know, it's no longer laying flat. I could have taped that down on a board. I wasn't too worried, but I don't soak my paper too much. When I let it dry, anytime you put anything on, especially when you use water, just remember it's going to dry a little bit lighter. And so knowing that, having the experience with that, I wasn't worried if I got too dark in some areas. And that's why I went back in underneath the mouth just to kind of create a darker area. So guys, like I said, I hope you have enjoyed this video. And I'm gonna get that pen I accidentally bought. I know I usually do this at the end, but I'm gonna do it right now so you don't miss it, that you are loved. Oh, I forgot the R part. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this enough that you like and subscribe. It does help the channel. And guys, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the time lapse. Bye-bye.